All right, here we go. Let's try to get some listeners back this week.
Yeah, because I know you lost them all with that shit you put up last week. Talking about let your ignorance fly. I was like,
I didn't have anything else.
yeah,
All right,
am I doing a prosper letting my ignorance fly like this?
Right.
what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ahmad's Corner. We're back this week with the entire team. We got a lot of shit to talk about this week.
Just a little bit.
Unlike a lot of weeks where we just like filled most of the podcast with filler and bullshit and Steve,
Yeah, take that.
And Steve talking about penises.
Take that.
This week we when Diddy said take that, was he talking about his penis?
I don't know. That's a good observation, though. I mean, me personally, I would be.
Okay.
I don't think he was talking about his penis. I think he was talking about other people's.
Other people's penises?
He was just stealing niggas' manhood.
You see, it's not even me this week.
Yeah, you see how quickly this shit falls off the rails?
I was very tame in the first 10 minutes.
Okay, all right. So I have a detailed topic list that I'm gonna fucking stick to it. There's a lot of shit happening this week. The Grammys were last week and whatnot.
I thought you said you were gonna watch the Grammys.
I didn't.
And his corporate plant won everything.
Yeah. Apple's corporate agenda allowed Chance the Rapper to win Best Rap Album. If you disagree, that's fine. But I'm like that. Like I don't really like Chance the Rapper. I like acid rap was okay. I used to like that in college, and then like the shit he put out this year. I mean, it's more of a gospel album than anything. And y'all know how I feel about religion, but like that's neither here nor there. I just don't think that shit is hip hop.
So, was it better than the stuff it was nominated against?
It's not better than Views.
Views is trash. Yes, it is.
I think Life of Pablo is pretty basic, but I think Life of Pablo is better than that. Like I would definitely listen to Life of Pablo over Coloring Book any and every day of the week. Chance the Rapper's verse on Life of Pablo is better than his entire album.
That's not a bad observation.
It is.
Yes, that's probably accurate.
So, yeah.
Because like the Coloring Book actually sounds like that one song that he did with Kanye on Life of Pablo. So
yeah, he was just trying to recreate that magic the entire time.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And then you had that one song with Thug and the other guys called Mixtape. I was like, yeah, this might be recycling bin rap.
Yo, tell me that song wouldn't have been 100 times better if it was the Migos.
Yeah, it would have been 1,000 times better. It might be on the radio, but like Chance the Rapper isn't Migos, so.
Yeah,
I just meant Chance and the Migos and not Young Thug and that other nigga.
Who was the other nigga? Was that 2 Chainz?
It's Ahmad's friend that he respects now.
Oh, Yachty?
Oh, Lil Boat.
Yeah, Lil Boat.
Shout out to Lil Boat. He's just trying to cop a Lil Boat. So he's doing what I want to do. But yeah, so like the whole thing about the Grammys, like I'm not gonna talk about this shit too much because I didn't watch it, but I seen all these people was pissed because Adele won over Beyonce and shit, and she got up there and did her version of My Black Son during her
My Black Son.
like during her acceptance speech, she's like, Beyonce, like black people really fuck with your shit, and that makes you okay in my book.
All my black friends love your music.
Yeah, and Beyonce just had to stand there and take it like an asshole. And people were pissed about it, but I was thinking, a lot of these award shows, everybody says that they're fucking racist and shit. Like, I really don't think they're fucking racist as much as it's just a room full of white people, that actually vote on these things. Because there's a lot of black people on the boards that don't vote according to Terrence Martin. Because he said, like, when he goes to the meetings and shit, he's, like, the only nigga there. But, like, it's a bunch of white people in the room voting. And, like, of course they're going to vote for the shit that they can relate to. Like, they can't relate to formation and all that shit. Like, it's not so much racism as it's just some shit for them. It's like, of course they're going to vote for the home team. Same way we do.
How many times did Vanilla Ice win the Source Awards?
Yeah, exactly. And like it's the same concept. So it's like stop going over.
Eminem has won BET awards though.
That's because niggas don't get it. It's like that shit upsets me every time. Like, you know, you go to the BET awards or some shit, and like best R&B artist like Justin Timberlake's nominated. I'm like,
yo, they gave it to Stan Smith one year, even though he wasn't there.
Yeah,
Sam Smith.
Yeah, well, see, that's how irrelevant the guy is. Like he's gone. He's done. Finito.
He sure as hell is gone. Finito.
Yeah, it's finito.
Cause that Disclosure actually made that song pop. That original shit is garbage.
Oh yeah, that you know, it's a simping carol.
Yeah.
What, Latch?
Yeah, Latch. Disclosure made that shit pop. That original.
I never heard a version that wasn't Disclosure.
Yeah, he has
I was talking about the other shit that Stay With Me, like that. That's
no. When they played that at the ESPYs after Stuart Scott died, I was tearing up a little bit. That was some emotional shit.
That did make my heart melt a little bit.
Okay. But yeah, like you know, I just seen all these black people getting mad about this shit, and it's like y'all need to stop looking to white people for validation, because I was a little disappointed when it came to Monday. I was watching something on my DVR, and there was a commercial for the NAACP awards. So I Googled this shit to see when it was, and that shit was the day before the Grammys. And I was like, yo, I didn't hear none of y'all talking about it. Like, I would have talked about it on the podcast if I would have known what day it was going to be. So, you know, it was on demand. So I watched it on Monday night. And, you know, music-wise, there weren't a lot of artists that showed up. But like I guess all the artists that were at the Grammys the night before, a lot of them were nominated for NAACP awards. They didn't show up, but a lot of the black actors did show up. Like pretty much all of them. Like even Denzel was there, and like they was all saying it's like, yeah, like I'm gonna come to this joint every year because like I'm like you know how Meryl Streep will run up at the Oscars. It's like this is Meryl Streep's 500 Oscar nomination. Like at the NAACP awards, like it's the same shit but for like Tracee Ellis Ross and shit. And she's like y'all been rocking with me since I was on Girlfriends and shit. So why would I not come? But like all y'all niggas keep going to the Grammys, like getting mad when Beck wins Album of the Year and when Adele wins Album of the Year and shit. It's like why are y'all surprised?
Yeah, no, I feel like we've discussed this a multitude of times. Like, you know, what happened to the Source Awards? What happened to the all those awards in the 90s that fell off? You know what I'm saying? So it was like
niggas was getting stabbed.
All right, but sometimes niggas gotta stop talking shit all year round and then showing up at the award show and thinking it's sweet.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes a nigga gotta get stabbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, how many times have we had the BET Awards and nobody I don't think anybody's ever gotten stabbed at the BET Awards.
No, nothing bad has ever happened at the BET Awards. People just like shitting on BET because they're sheep.
Well, yeah,
like I remember when Michael Jackson died and people was like, "Oh, this BET tribute to Michael Jackson was shitty. MTV gonna do it right." Well, BET had 4 days to put some shit together. MTV had 3 months.
Yeah,
people just like shitting on BET because it's BET.
Yeah, I think
Michael wasn't black when he died anyway. So
sure as hell wasn't.
That wasn't on them.
Like that was like give him a little Thai music.
Yeah. And like, you know, I get it, you know, for the people out there, like, well, BET's not owned by black people and the NAACP was started by white people and all of that type of shit, which is all.
And they do a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah, they do. But at the same time, y'all complain about the award, about the 100% white award show that doesn't respect you, and at least the one where black people are trying to do something for themselves. Maybe that, of course, you know, you're never gonna be able to please everybody, but like support that shit. Cause like I watched it, it was a good award show. Like they had Anthony Anderson doing his, you know, his corny ass jokes. Like the nigga's not a comedian, like he's an actor. Like so, you know, stay in your lane, Caron. But at the same time, like it was an enjoyable award show, and like it felt good to watch that shit because like you see all these beautiful black women and shit, and like, you know. So
can we bring Soul Train back?
Soul Train has an award show every year. It's on BET.
I meant the show, nigga.
Oh yeah, they're bringing that shit back too.
Who's gonna host
Who's
it?
the host?
Probably Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Steve Harvey hosts everything.
Like Steve Harvey's hosted. They're bringing the Apollo back. Steve Harvey's hosting the Apollo.
I did forget that you're only allowed to have 3 black dudes doing shit on TV at once.
Yeah. So, it's like Steve Harvey's turn right now. Then it'll be Charlemagne's turn, and then it'll be.
I don't know if Charlemagne will jump Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart will slide right into that.
No,
Harvey,
Kevin Hart's too big to be hosting Soul Train. Like,
I'm saying now, when Steve Harvey's ready to retire, Kevin Hart will slide right into that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just host everything on the networks.
Yeah, there'll be a new
I
Kevin
don't
Hart.
think so, because like you don't really see Chris Rock doing that shit.
Yeah, but you also didn't see Chris Rock doing a movie every summer.
He had a run.
Not like a Kevin Hart run.
Yeah, well, that's because they was flopping because niggas didn't go support. And like we've talked about this shit before. Like I always said, Chris Rock. I always like Chris Rock's movies, and I think that they're better than Kevin Hart's movies.
They're miles better than Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's doing like late Eddie Murphy type movies.
Yeah,
he's doing movies for checks.
What Kevin Hart movie was good though?
I enjoyed the About Last
Paper
Night.
Soldiers.
I thought About Last Night is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like I was thinking about the other day. I was like, Soul Plane might be his best movie.
That's the most bootleg movie of all time.
Too. Yeah, Soul Plane might be the best movie.
Where are your stats for that, Mike?
Yo, the same place Trump get his.
I'm sick of this shit. You keep coming on here making claims.
Mike got a whole bunch of spreadsheets and shit.
Yeah,
like
there's just as many Denny's as IHOP. I'm like, fuck you.
Mike just got
rules, nigga.
This nigga is hood ESPN and she just got hood statistics and shit.
Oh, speaking of hood at ESPN, I don't really watch sports anymore, but I did watch like the first episode of they're calling it The Six with Jamel Hill and Michael Smith. So
why is it called The Six?
Because it's Sports Center at 6, and like they're trying to make it because I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice to see. So if you watch sports, watch that shit. So shout out to them.
Yeah, they had a show called His and Hers, which is just like their podcast that came on at noon every day.
Mm.
So they don't have that anymore.
They still have the podcast, just not the noon show.
See, like I could listen to the podcast if they wasn't talking about sports the whole time because like they're funny like when they're talking about like Insecure and shit like that. Like I can fuck with that. That's like Bill Simmons. Like I like listening to his shit when he's not talking about sports.
Yeah, he gets too much. Like he just be hobgoblin.
Yeah, it's like I don't care if LeBron is better than Jordan. Like that shit don't matter. But
Yeah, they got a couple thorough black people at ESPN. Shout out to Bomani Jones as well. I enjoy his commentary.
What's up with your man's Jason Whitlock? like
yeah, he's strange.
Why does he hate black people so much?
That's the number one Tom.
Yeah, like him and
he was just like shitting on LeBron because LeBron wanted to because like LeBron didn't want to do like some sort of Nike. He wanted to do a Nike campaign about like ending racism, and he was like, "Fuck you, LeBron. You were born rich." And I was like, "What does that have to do with anything?" I'm like, why are you so bitter? He's like, you were born, like, you won the genetic lottery. It's like people started treating you like a celebrity when you were in 3rd grade. You don't count. I'm like, so he can't end racism? Like, because he's tall?
When some people are just born and fat and ugly, they just upset about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure if you were fat and ugly, you probably hate LeBron as well. So,
yeah, but it's like Bill Burr said. It's like, you can walk your way out of being fat.
Not everybody, if that was the case, then everybody'd be skinny.
And Jason Whitlock, like he was an NFL player. Now he's like a co-host of a TV show. Like his life is a lot better than most people. So it's like, why are you just sitting up there being a crab?
Oh, that nigga has a lifelong concussion. He was in the NFL and shit. Like no, he's got that CTE.
Yeah,
shit.
that nigga got CTE.
He about to bang himself tomorrow, nigga.
It wouldn't be soon enough.
Yeah, like his life isn't good, and he's fat. Ew, don't the nigga look like he got Down syndrome? Like that nigga's ugly, bro. like you probably be mad if it was him too. Like he get no pussy.
No, he can pay for it.
Yeah, you can pay for pussy. Like, somebody put me onto the dark web. You get you a mail order bride and shit. I have to look into that shit.
That's just not new. Why are you trying to pay for a bride though?
Why not? You get served.
Yeah, that's what Trump did. He ordered her online.
Yeah.
Now she has to stay in the house.
Order her off.
Sorry.
Order her off Amazon and shit. Amazon Prime. Your wife will be there tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, that's right. So speaking of like, race relations and shit, Nick Cannon, shout out to Nick Cannon, for being out here and quote unquote staying woke. And but I think Nick Cannon is an example of one of these people that like we've talked about on the podcast before. It's like, when being woke goes wrong, or like, they're woke in the wrong way, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because like Nick Cannon was having a nice little run. He started rocking a turban, then he started talking about white supremacy. Then he started talking about all this shit. And it's like, nigga, when you start doing that shit, shit's going to start going left for you. But he was like, I got my bread up, so it don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he got that FU money. That's why he's able to do the shit he does.
Yeah, and I respect him for it. Like, shout out to Nick Cannon. He's doing what I want to do. But I think where he fucked up this week, if y'all didn't hear, like, he had a comedy special last week on
it was on Showtime.
On Showtime. Of course, I didn't watch it because Nick Cannon's stand up is terrible. But but that's neither here nor there. Like, in it, he had some shit about NBC basically saying like how they took away his hood pass and that he's not people don't think he's a real nigga no more because he's on NBC, which I actually don't think is true. I think people don't think you're a real nigga because you were on Nickelodeon for all of those years wearing a dress. But
his whole persona, his whole aura is just corny. So it's like NBC's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, like that's how you came up. Like, you came up as the corny rich nigga on NBC or on Nickelodeon, and he talked about this shit in all these interviews he's been going around doing, talking about I was in the hood and I had to get out the hood, so I was like, I'll be as corny as I want to be. So like, I didn't see what the problem was. So anyway, long story short, I guess he heard that NBC was pissed about it and that they were gonna fire him, and then he was like, well, fuck it, I quit. And they were like, you're under contract, you can't quit. And he's like, I'm quitting anyway because I won't be silenced. And they were like they were like we weren't gonna silence you. Yeah, like they were like, we weren't gonna silence you, like we never said that you were going to get fired. And yeah, like, it could all just be publicity at this point where NBC's just trying to make him look like the bad guy. Like, maybe they were going to fire him and then he just quit and made it easy on them. But at the same time, I feel like this whole situation could have been avoided because, like, he could have just been like, yo, like, it was a fucking joke. I don't apologize for jokes. And NBC would have been like, slap on the wrist, and then he could have kept getting that check. Like, I don't think it had to come down to be this like racial standoff. Like, I don't really think NBC was trying to silence you because like they let Carmichael say anything.
What they let Carmichael say?
Like, I hate Africa. He says, like, he stays saying shit like that. So it's like, and Tracy Morgan, like they was talking about Tracy Morgan, like when he was talking about
with the gay people?
Yeah, the whole thing about the gay people, like, they stepped by Tracy Morgan. So I really don't think NBC was gonna,
what
say
the fuck is that?
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like, you can't put nothing past these white
people.
I
don't know. Maybe some of these guys, like, wake up, when you have, like, a certain amount of money and a certain amount of status, maybe you just wake up and be like, am I a Tom? So, like, maybe he got that to that point in his life where he's just like he wants to do something else rather than being on NBC.
NBC was probably looking at him like that too, because like Tracy and Carmichael, they've got established. We do stand up, we do comedy, we talk about this type of shit. Nick Cannon always been that corny nigga, and it's like, whoa, we're not. What is this? What is this nigga trying to be woke? What is this?
Yeah,
that's not you. You can't do that.
Yeah, I think he probably did have that attack one morning where he was like, I'm a Tom, so like I'm gonna put this turban on and I'm gonna talk about white supremacy everywhere I go and say that everything's like a conspiracy and all that type of shit. And you know, a lot of shit he says is very fucking true. Yeah. But at the same time, like I feel like if you're gonna be like that, you gotta be a little bit more calculated, so that way you don't end up looking stupid in this situation.
But you know what the problem is? Like when you try to switch your image and people know you for doing a certain thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's like we know Nick Cannon for being that kid from Nickelodeon. So you know, even NBC, it's like we bought that product. So it's like now you're trying to bring us a different product, even though that you're not bringing it to NBC. It's like you're like even like when we talk about athletes and shit like that, it's like they still kind of act in the scope of the Shield when they're off the court or off the field. So I think NBC's kind of seeing that, and they're kind of like, whoa, we didn't know this shit was going to happen.
Allegedly, he used like the name NBC in the joke, and
yeah, you definitely can't do that.
Yeah, you can't use their name.
Yeah, so like
I say allegedly.
So what? He like voided the contract or some shit, but at the same time, there was like, you're under contract. We weren't about to fire you.
Yeah.
Because like now they got to get another, like, you know, smiling nigga up there. And it's like they're like, we didn't want to put another nigga on yet. It's like we were fine with the 3 that we had, and Steve Harvey's busy.
I'm sure they can get Carmichael back up there.
Fuck no, he's not doing that.
Carmichael, have you ever heard Carmichael try to talk? Like he doesn't know how to talk.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Like that hosting live TV shit is
hard.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck.
It's hard.
Like on tap next is probably Terry Crews if they go black.
I'm not mad at Terry Crews.
I feel like Terry Crews is a little bit too big and black to be hosting white people shit, but like I wouldn't mind seeing him do it.
He hosted that millionaire show? I forget what the fuck it's called.
Are you a millionaire?
Do you want to be?
Yeah. Do you want to be a millionaire?
He hosted that. Like if he can't host that, he can host America's Got Talent.
Either that, he can take his shirt off. They'll call Cedric the Entertainer.
I love Cedric
because he looks harmless. It's like he's fat. He's slow. He's not gonna hurt anybody.
Yeah, I love Cedric the Entertainer.
Like Terry Crews looks like he'll snap you in half. Like
pretty much
if you look at him wrong.
That nigga, you know, it's amazing that he's able to do what he's doing after Friday, because like I was scared of shit of Damon.
Oh yes, triple OG.
Damon is scary as shit. Like I have nightmares about Damon.
Okay.
Well, white people didn't see that movie, so it's okay.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Like they probably only know him from the Millionaire joint.
Yeah,
white chicks.
White chicks.
Like I grew up on that nigga unplugging clocks at nighttime. Talk about you can't tell time in your sleep. Like that's the Terry Crews I know.
Yeah. Terry Crews.
So kind of on that same topic of like, you know, saying the wrong shit, and you know that shit fucking up your career. I was thinking earlier, you know, I seen a headline that Mel Gibson might be directing the next Suicide Squad and shit, and it's like Hollywood's kind of, you know, changed their mind about Mel Gibson. And I was just wondering, why does he get a second chance? And, you know, because, like, he said some foul shit, like, about black people and about Jews.
Yeah.
And
well, that's in now. It's cool to be a Nazi now.
Whoa. Explain yourself.
You got the alt-right in the presidency.
Yeah, but like, there's no alt-right in Hollywood. Like,
sure as hell isn't.
When you say something anti-Semitic or something, like the JDL is like, all right, you're never gonna eat in this town again. and that town is like planet Earth. It's like they don't fuck around like about that anti-Semitism shit. Like, unfortunately, you can pretty much say whatever you want about black people and get away with it because black people don't have that kind of coalition. But when it comes to anti-Semitic things, like I don't know anybody that's gotten away with it.
Ice Cube did. Very
true. Very true. But
see, I'm telling
also,
you,
Ice Cube didn't say anything anti-Semitic.
He was just all anti-white.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jerry Heller was pretty pissed in that Straight Outta Compton movie.
Yeah, but like, if you listen to the lyrics, and yeah, I'm not a Jew, but like, he didn't say anything anti-Semitic. He just said, how can you be the nigga for life crew with a white Jew telling you what to do?
Yeah.
It's like, those are all good questions. Yeah, like I don't think that was anti-Semitic as much as like I just want to know like where does the Jewish guy fit in for niggas with niggas for life? Like,
Yeah.
how does that work?
Cause that is weird as shit. You see a bunch of niggas just blasting some gangster shit, and that one white dude in the back seat, like fucking bandana or just being goofy. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, so you know,
I don't,
shout out.
you know,
That's the music industry though. For like up until this movement where people realize being independent can get you all the money you need.
Yeah.
That was the music industry. It was a black person with a white person sitting behind them making the money.
Yeah.
And it's
You
still
know-
like that.
Pretty much, yeah. Cause
Niggas ain't independent. It's like, you know, you signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to three niggas that now that's bad luck.
And that's bad luck.
the one nigga that was independent that said that he didn't need an advance went to go sign to get an advance. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
At least he signed to a black
when
man, though.
21
At least he
did
signed
that.
to a black man.
I was so sad.
Yeah, a black man that signed to a white man.
I don't think L.A. Reid's tied to anybody. You know, you've been trying to slander L.A. Reid for like 2 weeks now. Like, what did L.A. Reid do to you? Like, did he fuck your bitch?
I don't like his face. No, I had no problem with L.A. Reid. Shout out to L.A. Reid. You know, it's interesting to talk about the Mel Gibson thing. I was watching some shit with Patrice O'Neal the other day where he's breaking down Hollywood, and he was like, that shit's all about favors or whatever. And he was saying like they got rid of Mel Gibson. He burnt the house down or whatever. He didn't do a favor. So like I don't know. Maybe Mel got back on his shit and was doing his favors or whatever. So I mean, who knows? Hollywood is a strange place.
Yeah, but I mean, he was already kind of far out there in Hollywood anyway because he was always making like these really religious movies, like these like kind of far right movies.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, and like you know, like he didn't get any money to make that movie. Like he paid, I think it was like $40 million out of his own cheese to make that movie.
Did he even recoup the budget on that shit?
Yeah, that shit made like $500 million.
Yeah, that's the number one Jesus movie of all time.
People did love that movie. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, and I heard it had subtitles.
Yeah, it's in Latin and Aramaic, and it's excessively violent for no reason, because like the Bible says that Jesus got whipped on like 2 lines, and Jesus is getting his ass whooped for like 45 minutes straight in that movie. And it's not just he's just getting his ass whooped. It's like the one dude came out with you know, like the chainmail thing, like where it has like the little ball on the end with the spikes, the metal ball with the spikes. Like they was just like beating chunks out of Jesus' back with that joint for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, like that video you showed me where the dudes get jumped into the gang.
Yeah. It's like if any of you have ever seen the Legend of Sonny Carson, like look that shit up on YouTube. Like it's been used in a lot of rap songs, like intros and shit. Where it's basically like this kid he gets jumped into a gang and he has to run down this line with the gang members. It's like a Soul Train line with the gang members on both sides, but they all got like bats and rulers and belts and shit, and like they're like slapping him in the face as he's going down the line. Like that's basically what the Passion of the Christ is. It's like 45 minutes of just pure torture porn.
What torture porn? That's some other shit.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Like, I'm not trying to laugh, but like, was anybody making the same face as the one dude with that chain? Like,
yeah, yo, like the one dude was whooping Jesus' ass so long in the movie that he got tired and he had to tag his partner in.
That's crazy.
Like that movie is unnecessarily violent.
So what's the appeal about that movie? Just because it's Jesus in it?
Yeah, because like, you know, according to the Christians and shit, like that's how it went down, and it makes them think it's like, oh, like look what he did for us. But it's like, yo, nobody could get their ass whooped like that and live. Like it didn't go down like that. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Well, if he's as mystical as the Bible says he is, then I guess I don't know. I'm not religious and I've never really read the Bible.
Supposed to be magical.
Yeah.
That's probably why they thought he was magical, because he could take a beating.
So, but what's up with God then? Like, why are you just up there watching your son get his ass whooped like that?
Are you editing
He's
that
a
out?
sick person.
No, because it's like when I was a kid and I had to fight, like my dad would be like, "Yeah, you gotta go out there and fight." But like, if niggas started bringing out chainmails and whooping my ass, he would fucking stop it. He'd be like, "All right, you've gone too far." like I just said, teach him a lesson, like not kill him.
This the same guy that was like, "Yo, these niggas not doing what I want them to do. Let me hit the reset button," and killed everything.
Yeah, like twice.
Yeah, he's a sick fuck.
Yeah, he can't make up his mind.
Yeah, guy's the only one next to Snoop that can push the button.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, shout out to God. He's not doing what I want to do. Yeah, so now that we've pissed off our religious audience, let's piss off our hip hop audience. You know, yesterday was New Music Friday, and
what's the deal? What's the deal with these artists just dropping albums though? Like, what is that shit?
What do you mean?
Because I mean, I don't know. Like, did Future have a single for this new shit?
Oh, okay. So you're saying like the surprise album thing?
Yes, I didn't know. Like,
well,
nobody...
you know, Beyonce broke the game when she did that, and
we've had this discussion. Like, nobody in the game is Beyonce. Beyonce is the biggest pop star in the world. So like, how
and she still can't win a Grammy? So like, y'all niggas need to rethink your strategy.
Like, you about to drop an album with no promo? Like, you're not Beyonce. You're not gonna sell, especially if that shit's whack. Like Beyonce.
Niggas don't buy music; they stream it anyway. What's the point?
Right, if I don't
extra budget.
If I don't know it's out, then why would I even stream it?
Yeah, I mean, look at Big Sean. Like Big Sean had like a 3-month promo run for his album,
and he went on SNL.
Yeah,
The Weeknd did the same shit.
Well, yeah, Future, is it really an album? It's like the nigga. I'm sure this shit took a week to make.
Yeah,
the nigga just puts music out. I don't think he had enough time to do promo.
You know what's interesting? I was reading an article on DX, and he was like, "I'm getting back to my underground roots with this shit, and I really wanted to make something that described me after the breakup with Sierra." And I was like, "This is the shit."
well, I mean, I didn't listen to the entire thing. I skimmed it.
I skimmed through it as well, because the thing is, bro, like. I know what to expect from a Future album, but I feel like he can give us like I thought he would give us like a Wicked or a Stick Talk, but I didn't really feel anything that was like, all right, this shit gonna be in the strip club for the next year and a half.
Stick Talk and March Madness are two of the greatest songs ever made.
Yeah, I'm
you was holding him to a very high standard.
Yeah, but I feel like you can make one of those each album. Like, why can't you?
No, you really can't. I mean,
you can't.
You know, I talk a lot of shit about Eminem, but like he even said on his second album, he's like, I'm not gonna be able to top Hi My Name Is. So it's like, stop asking me to. It's like, and like for Future, his Hi My Name Is like Stick Talk and March Madness and shit like that. So I'm not surprised. Like he couldn't even give us a Jumpman, at least not in the songs that I heard. I didn't listen to a snippet of each song, so maybe there is some shit that I'm gonna hear repeatedly, and it's like, oh, all right, that's gonna grow on me. Like, there may be like a Gucci flip flops on this, John. Like, there's probably something like that on there.
The only song that I felt like, all right, this might have some potential was Poppin' Tags. I was like, this might go eventually if I hear it a couple times, but other than that, it was just like another little throwaway type joint.
Yo, how many songs are there called Poppin' Tags?
I don't know.
At a certain point, can we stop naming songs like Poppin' Tags, Real Niggas, fucking, like, just shit like that? Can we stop making those songs?
You know what? I think hip hop is boring right now. Kind of like what the comedy scene is like, you already know 10 comics is going to be like 8 of them are going to do Trump jokes. So it's like, I feel like a lot of shit is just kind of blending together and everybody's sounding the same. It's kind of boring.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Future album. Check that shit out at your own peril. Fat Joe and Remy Ma, they dropped the Platar Plomo album.
That's how you say it?
Yeah, Platar Plomo.
This nigga work on the Spanish. Shout out to Amat.
Yeah, shout out to me.
I was trying to read that shit all morning. I was like, Plato
or Plumo? like I'm for Mayweather. Oh shit. Yeah, so I did want to give them props because they are independent. Mostly because they can't get signed. But
they had 3 singles on the radio though, so like you gotta give them props for that.
Yeah, they probably could get signed now. And like they were on the Breakfast Club talking about like I'm not gonna sign for nobody unless like they got M's attached to it as they shouldn't, because it's like we had a fucking triple platinum single last year or whatever, and this album I kind of graded it differently because they said like straight up it's like we tried to make an album full of radio singles because we want like 8 of these songs to get radio play, like 8 out of the 10 or whatever, how many songs there were. So like that's what I listened to the album for. Yeah. And I heard about 4 that I could see like getting some radio play, even though I think all of them kind of suck.
Well, like I said, they got 3 on the radio already. So.
yeah, like that all the way up. I think like the beat it like
that song sucks.
Yeah, the song sucks. Like the production on the album is very good, but like the lyrics are trash.
Yeah, Fat Joe had a lot of weak puns on there, man. I'm like, this is the guy, like, this is my dad.
I didn't really look down on Fat Joe's bars so much because I didn't expect much from him. But Remy Ma, like, after watching her rate bars on BT and get on the radio and say, like, I'm better than most, like, I'm not just the best female rapper, I'm better than most of these niggas, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, your rhyme patterns are very basic, your fucking, your punchlines are predictable, and there's no really, like, wide-ranging subject range. It's like, you got about 3 subjects, bitch. So
is that a Dr. Harley synopsis?
Yeah, because like I was just waiting. I was waiting for her to like to spit. I don't even know what verse to compare it to, but I was waiting for her to like to spit some shit that made me press rewind. Like, all right, female rap, like Nicki's verse on Monster. Like I was waiting for Remy to spit some shit like that, and it was just like I was in the small house, now I'm in a bigger house. It's like, is that bars?
That's not what she said, but okay.
That's what did she say?
I left a big house to a bigger house.
That's what Amai just said.
He said a small house. The big house is jail. About.
All right, but
that's a step up from what Amai said.
Yeah, okay. So like if we're rating the bars, it's like that's a 2.
That's a 2. Yeah, that's a 2.5.
Like,
I mean, if you use her rubric, that's a 2.
I give it a 0.5. I give it 2.5.
Yeah,
she was shitting on everything.
Yeah,
but the shit that she was reading, and fairness, the shit that she was reading was whack. Like she was reading Lil Wayne bars.
Yeah,
it wasn't all Wayne. It was one Wayne bar.
Yeah,
and it was
what? It was what?
I don't remember what it was.
It was a fucking whack ass bar. It was a Carter 5 bar.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was some recent shit.
Yeah, shallow and pedantic. I don't honestly, bro. Like I like Remy. Not necessarily her rapping, but she seems like a cool person to chill out with. So
she stabbed her best friend.
Yeah, I would not hang out with Remy.
Not hanging out with her.
That bitch is dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she would stab me. So
Well,
yeah, she shot her friend.
She's on parole now, so she can't do that. So she'll just get her mans to shoot you.
Yeah, Pap will do it now.
Yeah, because like Pap has to do something to like stay on the payroll.
Pretty much, like he's the worst rapper in his family.
Yeah. No, he's definitely not. Like he's a better rapper than Remy.
You think so?
I know so.
Why can't Papoose pop? That nigga been trying to pop.
He can't make a sing. He can't make a song.
Yeah, he can't make a song. He can rap.
Oh, I remember every day, like my math teacher used to clown me because I listened to Papoose. Like it's like I had to reevaluate my life choices.
If you wasn't listening to Alphabetical Slaughter, I don't know what else you was listening to from Papoose.
Yeah, I had Papoose mixtapes.
That or the Touch It remix.
Yeah, I was rooting for Papoose. Like you let me down.
The 5 boroughs of death.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you let me down. Like I can't fuck with this nigga.
Did he ever finish the Alphabetical John and go backwards?
Who knows and who cares?
Yeah, he's a little Thai music.
Yeah, because like I can't say if you turned on Alphabetical Slaughter today, I would get past letter D. Like I'm like enough is enough.
Yeah.
So the Classic Man dropped the album as well.
I didn't finish it. I got through like 4 songs. I think I was driving and I had to go do some other shit. So
it's kind of boring.
You think so? You know, I was surprised. I was surprised at the intro. I was like, "Yo, like he kind of saying some shit on this motherfucker. Like, I might give this shit a chance."
No, he's definitely saying something, but like, I don't think he's very good at making music.
Yeah. Well, because he had a song called Trampoline. I was like, "This hook needs some work."
yeah. Like a lot of the songs are just off. It's like they're close, and like you can see why it took them 2 years after Classic Man dropped to just put this shit out, because they probably kept telling them, it's like, all right, go back and fix it, and then they probably got to a point where like, this is as good as it's gonna get. And
that's how I feel like J. Cole makes his music. It's like, this is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, well, he said that shit on Let Nas Down, where Jay was like, yo, the album's not coming out until you give me a single. Like, I can't play none of this shit on the radio. And then he had to go make Workout, which Nas hated, but it's like J. Cole's like top 5 songs.
I don't even hate Workout, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I love Workout. It's a good song.
Yeah.
So like the Jadena album, like, yeah, like, you know, he was saying a lot of shit about the whole chief thing, because his family's like Nigerian chiefs and shit, which was a dope little concept. But like, I can't say it enough. I'm tired of skits. I don't want
skits.
If I never hear another skit again, I'll be happy. And
Future had the nerve to put a skit on his album. What the fuck?
Yeah, as soon as the skit started on Future, I skipped it because I'm like, this skit is gonna be of zero consequence.
Yeah, that's what frustrates me. Like, I'm like, Future, you don't make concept shit. Yeah. Like, you make shit for the strip club. Like, stop trying to give me a real album.
Yeah, it's not like if you skip the skit on a Future album, you won't understand where it's going.
Yeah.
And so like the Jadena shit, I got to like track 6, and I was like, all right, enough is enough.
Yeah, I think that's where I got to around track 6. But I mean, I didn't hate what I listened to though, so like I definitely give it another chance. Like, you know, I didn't think it was terrible. He probably might have the best album that we've listened to.
What, out this week?
Yeah, out of that group.
Yeah, it's definitely the best out of that group. But like, is that saying much?
No, I mean, it's not saying much, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, fuck it.
I guess I was just expecting more. Like
why?
Like the Long Live the Chief goes hard, and I thought it was gonna be like that, but it's like, you know, the production's kind of whack, and like the hooks are whack. Like, he can spit, but like, you know, you need those other 2 elements to make good music.
Yeah, I do think that it has something to do with the Wonderland team. It's not Wonderland, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, no, it is Wonderland, because it's like, you know, Janelle Monáe, like, her music's not even good. So
yeah, she's got potential to be better than that.
Yeah,
like, she can sing, but the songs just don't hit.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think Janelle Monáe has like 1 hit, and I think she like gets far because, like, you know, she's beautiful. And, you know, you can call her to sing for the president and shit, but yeah, Janelle Monáe's kind of weak.
I haven't even listened to her music, so I mean, but you know, I can't really judge it.
Yeah, well, you know, I can judge it because I test everybody's music out like at least once. So, sneak dissing. What do y'all think about sneak? What do y'all think about sneak dissing?
It's corny.
In a fucked up position.
Yeah, it's corny. I mean, it's a part of the game though. Like, you know, it's weird too, because like I listened to Mobb Deep the other day, and they had made a Tupac diss, and they never like mentioned his name, and I'm like, well, how is this a Tupac diss? Like, niggas didn't even hit him hard. But I mean,
I don't think it's necessarily corny. Like, how many times you listen to a Jay-Z song and 2 years later you be like, oh shit, he was talking about this person?
Yeah, but you don't know who he's talking about. He's talking about every rapper. Like, who is he talking about in the jump off freestyle? He very well could have been dissing Joe Budden.
Well, I mean, T.I. has a song off of his best album, King, called "I'm Talking to You." Yeah, where he lists all the people that he's not talking to, that he's not talking about, and I still don't know who the song was about. and Charlamagne actually asked him that recently when he was up on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, "It should be obvious." I'm like, "It's not, nigga."
Yeah,
but I will say T.I. got a whole bunch of songs where you don't realize he's really just threatening people.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like a lot of his music is pure threats.
Yeah. But it has really become a part of hip hop, and I mean, I don't know who started that shit, but it's like I guess ever since like the competitive nature of it, it's like I'm gonna put out a track and I'm gonna let niggas know who the king is. So I thought like honestly, I think Biggie is the king of that shit because that kick in the door where he got at almost everybody in the game.
Did he?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, apparently that "Why Cry Through Bleach in Your Eye" was a diss at Raekwon and Ghost or whatever.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know any of the lyrics off "Kicking Your Door," so that's not in like my Biggie essentials.
No, why not?
It's just not
Because of the skit.
And I have no idea. It's just like when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, this is not essential. It's like essential Biggie is like, give me the loot, niggas bleed, and ready to die.
Kicking the door is a better song than niggas bleed.
I doubt it.
This nigga don't even know. He don't even. I doubt it.
I'm just saying, like the niggas, they got told because they was double parked by a hydrant.
Yeah.
Like
that shit is a movie.
Yeah. Like you could make a whole short film about kicking the door, like, and he gave you every detail.
You mean niggas bleed?
Whatever. But like I brought up this topic because Jay-Z and Drake keep going back and forth, and they never want to say each other's names, and I don't know why. It could just be like, well, I'll take that back
beef.
Because
that's why
they do say each other's names. I'm not even saying beef. I just think like the subliminal thing is kind of corny. It's like, it's like it's a lot of songs that come out and it's like such and such says shit about this person, and it's not until I like read Rap Genius or I see an article or a fucking Twitter post about it that I knew who you were talking about. So it's like, yo, just be like, yo, this nigga's a bitch.
Yeah. I agree. Like I'm not gonna come on the podcast and like, well, yeah, I might slander other people and not say who they are. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's cowardly. It's like just say who you're talking about.
It's very cowardly. I agree, but like I said, that's a part of the game. So I mean,
I don't think it's cowardly.
You can't really do nothing to change it. So.
You it's can if niggas stop sneak this and just be like, yo.
Yeah.
It's like Savage said. He's like, I ain't with that diss song shit. I'd have been a shot at nigga. Whoa.
See, that's some coward shit. Go fight him if you really got a problem. And
he also said that on Noisy. He was like, he's like, a lot of niggas die because they scared to fight. He's like, I'll beat the shit out of one of you niggas. So
that's the same nigga that just said he'll kill you.
Yeah, because that's what niggas is with. Nigga. Like, niggas is with the shit with the guns, but Savage been knocking niggas out since 9th grade.
But why shoot somebody over a song, though? Like, it's supposed to be on wax.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's music. Like, keep it on the music.
If Savage gets in a beef, like, it's probably going to be about something more than a song, though.
Like, he fucked your bitch or something?
Yeah, but I'm not about to kill nobody because they fucked my bitch. I'm like, she obviously wasn't my bitch then.
Yeah, you wasn't discreet enough.
Yeah. It's like I shouldn't have been taking that bitch personal if you could fuck her.
Yeah, I'm about to start sneak dissing comedians on here. It's like some of y'all need to step y'all jokes up.
Yeah, well, see, I don't sneak this on the corner. Like,
no, my sure as hell doesn't.
It's like when I see Chris Hemsworth, I'll tell him that he's weak. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and we're gonna steal Joe Rogan fans. Be safe though.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, I'm coming for you, nigga.
Yeah.
Them 3-hour podcasts, nigga. I get it done in an hour. What's up?
we more efficient than you, nigga. Be safe though.
Yeah, free text, man. Free text. Cameron and Jim Jones, they were going back and forth. Jim Jones had an interview with Funk Flex, and I once heard Funk Flex say that Pac ain't shit, so I hope when you see him that he slap your mouth. Word to Dom Kennedy. Anyway, Jim Jones went on Flex and basically was talking about the Dipset days, and the gist of it was, I don't think me and Cameron was friends the way I thought we were. I thought we was brothers, and Cameron did me dirty. Then Cameron went on Instagram for like 8 hours to explain how he didn't do Jim dirty, but he did apologize him for playing his bitch. And I say all that to say, like the concept of industry friends or like your friends not being your friends once you become successful in the industry, like I see that as something that happens in hip hop a lot. Like, you know, there's
Jay-Z and Kanye.
Jay-Z and Kanye, Jay
Jay-Z
and
and
Dame, pretty much anybody in Jay-Z. So like I'm starting to think maybe like, you know, all of these people, like they look like they're crazy like after like they have a falling out with Jay-Z, but it's like maybe it's something wrong with Jay-Z.
Jay was doing it.
You know, it was interesting. Like, I saw a picture. I saw a picture at the Grammys where Cameron was actually sitting next to that family. I think he was sitting next to like Tina Knowles, and then it was like Blue, and then Jay-Z and all them. So I thought that was interesting.
Why was that interesting?
I don't know. I was like, I guess they seem to be on speaking terms, Jay-Z and Cameron. So
you don't necessarily pick your seats at the Grammys when it's an open seat. They put somebody in it.
Wait a second. Why was Cameron in the front row?
I don't know.
I didn't watch it, but I'm just assuming Jay-Z and Beyonce are in the front row.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's probably Photoshop. I can't imagine Cam really being there.
Okay,
I can't imagine him in the front row.
What would Cameron have any business doing at the Grammys in 2017?
What would he have doing in the front row? Like, like he needs to be in the back where he belongs. Like, hey, why is Cameron
back to the project?
Like, the man who made "Suck It or Not" should not be in the front row of any award show. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. Like,
he also made "Oh Boy."
All right, yes, but it's not 2002, so it's like Cameron should not be in the front row.
Hey, the people love "Suck It or Not," man. You need to get with the times.
It's quality.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, like, what's your thought about that? It's like, you know, people stop being friends when they're in the industry. It's like, I don't know if it's like the money changed them or if it's like just ego and shit. I think a lot of that Dipset shit was ego, because it didn't seem like niggas was beefing over money. It was just like niggas thought it's like, I don't need you no more. Like, I did this shit on my own or whatever the fuck.
So do you think it was more Cameron or more of the others? Because it seemed like Cam on the video, he said that he had a problem with Joel's at one point or whatever. So I don't know if that was the business or, like you said, it was like maybe Cam was getting too big or some shit. I don't know. It seemed like a fishy situation to me. It's just weird.
Well, I think that shit happens a lot of times, like when one person in the crew is bigger than everybody else, and niggas say like they're fine with playing the little brother, but it's like sometimes the big brother, like the big homie, just like he starts drawing. Like, you can't tell me Jay-Z wasn't drawing on people. You can't tell me 50 wasn't drawing on G Unit. Like,
well, with 50 Cent in an interview, he was like, yeah, like I know that there's a certain way that I have to play. Like, I can't play like go get me a drink or some shit, because like that don't make you feel like a man, you know what I'm saying? Especially like that, him being the superstar, it's gonna be like, man, why this nigga doing that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's sunning me. So maybe it was a lot of that going on. Maybe he was sunning him, especially because he was like, calling him Tricky Ricky or whatever. Like, oh, this nigga buying shirts for the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, he said that's how they play. So maybe he was just playing too much and it was like, all right, well, fuck that nigga.
Yeah, you can't be walking down the street open-handed, smacking Freeway in the face and think everything's gonna be cool after that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, like, a lot of these niggas do drugs too. So, like, who knows? Who knows how
Ja Rule
motherfuckers
said the ecstasy made all them hits.
Yeah, like, who knows how these motherfuckers be off that shit, whatever the fuck they take.
And I feel like if I'm Jim Jones, like, you can't really disrespect me like I don't have hits.
Yeah.
Like Jim Jones has like two number one singles.
What's the second one?
Pop Champagne.
I forgot that song happened.
And We Fly High. I'm pretty sure they both went number one in the country.
Yeah, we all know Ballin'. I forgot Pop Champagne.
I thought Pop Champagne was Ron Brown's.
No, that's a Jim Jones song. Ron Brown's is on the hook.
I don't know if it's a Ron Brown song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Jimmy brought something to the table. Like,
he definitely brought something to the table. Yeah. Like that, and I think that's why he was pissed. He was like, it was like that, and it's like, you know, Cam never came to his shows. Cam never like showed me love like he showed Jewels and them love. And he basically said it like Cam said in his little post. He was like, we ain't even know Jimmy like that. And Jim was like, we grew up since like 13. So it's like, what's the
Yeah.
truth?
It's corny. I think one thing I will say is like I think making it public makes both of them look like jackasses. It makes you look stupid. Like
yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does.
One thing I agree with Cam with is like why bring it to the forefront like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, maybe Cam felt like he was obligated to respond because like Jimmy is like openly slander him. I don't know if it's slander or not. Maybe Jimmy's telling the truth. But like it definitely makes both of them look fucking stupid. Like you two grown ass men bickering about what?
Yeah, and like they could be getting money with each other, like on a weekly basis. Because like I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that don't like each other in that industry that go out and get money and all that shit. Because from what I heard, it's like Drake and Future don't get along like that.
Yeah, well, the majority of these bands, like the white bands or whatever, they break up all the time. But like they get back together on these reunion tours to get a check. Like, oh, because like it's camaraderie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
I mean,
so and so needs.
tried this shit too.
Yeah, like so and so need his house paid.
All people do it. Yeah, they need because they need the money.
Yeah, like he needs his house paid. All right, let's get together and let's do this little reunion tour. Even though, like, all right, this motherfucker need his old dressing room, he need his old bus or whatever. But I mean, do it. You get together and you fucking make the money.
I will say it's a little hypocritical for the two of you to be saying these two niggas having their problems in the public, airing out their problems in the public is a problem. Wow. When sneak dissing's not cool, you would much rather them say their names on a song.
No, so if they put it on wax, I wouldn't rather them do that either. I would rather them go and get some fucking show money.
Yeah.
so no beef, no diss tracks then.
No, it's
all diss tracks are whack.
No, I'm saying I saying sneak dissing and subliminals are whack. But
yeah, you would rather them do it and say each other. They said each other's names. The only thing they didn't do was put it on wax.
No, I'd rather not see 40-year-old men bicker with each other over bullshit. I'd rather see them just go get a check every week.
Because I feel like this is something else. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing is like, because I feel like rap beef isn't really beef. Like, oh, I think I'm a better rapper than you, so I'm going to say it in a song.
No, yeah. This is personal shit. Like,
yeah, this is personal.
Okay,
this is something
that's
else.
The line.
Yeah, this is something else.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck
rap, like that whole Jay-Z and Drake thing. Like, I do think it's kind of corny. I just think it's corny that they don't say each other's names. Yeah. But like the fact that they're just like going back and forth with bars, like it is entertaining.
Yeah, because I don't think the Jay-Z and Drake thing is personal. I think that's
they don't. I don't want to say they dislike each other. I don't feel like there's a contentment towards each other.
Yeah.
I think it's that Drake wants to be considered Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's not ready to stop being considered that nigga yet. Like, he's not ready to go and, be a grandpa or whatever.
I think that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Because like, you got to look, like, Jay-Z's damn near 50. And it's like, it in hip-hop, it may almost be time for you to, like, go away and, just be an executive.
It might have been time for that like 10 years ago. But I mean, he gave us some good albums.
Yeah, like he can still spit.
Yeah. So, look, shout out to Jay-Z.
Probably do have to give this a little bit of time music. Donald Trump had his first fucking I think it was his first press conference the other day. I've never watched a presidential press conference. I watched all 117 minutes, 1 hour and 17 minutes of it. It was like the most entertaining thing that I've seen all year. Donald Trump's out of fucking control. He's out of his fucking mind, and like he just like randomly says racist shit. He randomly says insulting shit. He randomly says like dangerous shit, and it's just fucking crazy to watch. I think he's living up to everything I thought he was going to be as the president. So I can't say Donald Trump's disappointing.
Yeah, shout out to Donald. I mean, what's your take on it? Are you happy to see that that inside racism is coming out? Because how do you feel about the discrete racism that you may or may not face on a daily basis?
I mean, I just assume everybody's racist. until they prove otherwise.
Until you prove otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, so I always like look at people kind of sideways, and then most people prove themselves to be racist because everybody's a little racist, man.
Yeah.
Now, and I think Trump is the kind of racist where it's like he doesn't understand how to talk to people that aren't white in a way that's not insulting, like or like demeaning. Or fucking like where you sound like a supremacist. Like when that black reporter asked him like, "Are you going to talk to the Congressional Black Caucus?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll talk to the Black Caucus. I mean the Congressional Black Caucus." Or the time where he's like, "Look at my African American over there."
Yeah.
Or it's like there was an African American at my rally and he was behaving, and it's and it's like. Maybe Trump's not let's go hang some niggers racist, but like he's definitely like the type of racist he is, being that he's the president, is very dangerous. But like that's the kind of racist that like guys in your office are Trump racist every fucking day.
Because he talks like he just like watched BET for like a week. Like, oh, this is how you talk to black people. I mean, the motherfucker's 70 years old, so what do you expect? Like, he doesn't fucking know how to talk to people.
Well, but I mean, like, it's the same kind of racism as like that Adele shit. It's like my black son loves Beyonce, like that kind of like just like condescending like fucking supremacist type shit. Like where like I'm not a white supremacist. It's like no, you fucking are because
that's why. I always get skeptical. These white comedians go on stage and how about this Trump guy? I'm like, somebody voted for this motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
all you white comedians. Like, I know there was a couple of you motherfuckers that's out here pretending like you didn't vote for this motherfucker.
And the other thing about Trump is he watches more TV than me. Like I've reviewed damn near every show that's come out since we started doing this podcast, and Trump is like, I was watching this show, I was watching that show, I was watching the news. Like it's like he watches CNN all day long. And then during the press conferences, one reporter stood up and asked him like a friendly question, and he says, "What channel are you from?" And the guy told him, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna start watching." It's like, how do you have that much fucking time to watch TV?
He said he only get like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, but you should be doing presidential shit
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was mad at Obama for playing basketball. This nigga's watching TV.
The workday's only 8 hours.
Yo, he's the president. Like you work 24/7.
Yeah, you can't be in the NBA and say something foul and people not get upset. This man is the president.
Yeah, and it's like if you're in the NBA, like you don't say like, "Hey, I'm clocking out at 4:00." Like it don't fucking work that way.
Yeah, they was mad at Joel Embiid because he was at a concert dancing.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be hurt though. Like if
the fuck?
Yeah, like if Trump chops off his finger, it's like he can't be out here like doing finger stuff. It's like he's supposed to be hurt. Yeah,
I would like to see him spraying his finger and then get some fire tweets off and see if someone gets upset.
Yeah, because, like, Trump don't work out. So, it's like the majority of his day should be dedicated to presidential shit, but, like, he seems like he watches a lot of TV, and he somehow catches every single insult that somebody throws his way. It's like, Saturday Night Live, not funny, hasn't been funny in years. It's like, is this a presidential press conference or an episode of Ahmad's Corner? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, well, Trump's a C student. Like, when you show up to class, like, a half hour late, like a 1-page essay is supposed to be 5 pages. Like he's that type of motherfucker.
Yeah, like I don't know. He's just fucking out of control, man. And like it's funny to watch, but then at the same time, like I feel sorry for the children.
Yeah,
not his children, like the children of the world.
It's only a matter of time before they start taxing air.
Yeah, that's bound to happen. It's like, look, you're breathing it, ain't you?
Yeah. It's like, we own it. We own everything.
So, I just thought that definitely needed some time music because it was just like the most ridiculous thing I've watched in a while. It seemed like it was fucking satire, but it actually happened.
Well, like an SNL skit?
Yeah, it seemed like a skit. Like some of the shit he was saying, it was just like so fucking nuts. Like, it's like, I expect bad things from the media, but I respect the media. Like, you're all good people, but you're not really good people. Like, y'all kind of suck. Like
Yeah.
he would just be saying shit like that the whole time, or like insult people before they ask him a question, or he'd be like, sit down, quiet. Like, I know what the fuck I know everything else you're about to say. I'm gonna answer your question. I understand your question. He's like, I'm smart. He he literally said, he was like, I'm the least racist person that you'll ever meet. I'm the least anti-Semitic person that you'll ever meet. I'm like, how can you be less anti-Semitic than a Jewish person? It's like, you're not even a Semite. So how can you say you're less anti-Semitic than a Semite? Like, you're a fucking asshole.
So if Ahmad was in the media, how would you handle Donald Trump?
I would talk to him the same way he talks to everybody else. I wouldn't say, hey, Mr. President. I wouldn't say none of that shit. I'd be like, yo, Donald. like, why are you always talking shit? And like, why are you so sensitive? And he'd be like, what do you mean? I'd be like, you're always bitching about this. And I'd be like, why do you, I'll just ask him simple questions like, why do you have so much time to watch TV? Like,
he only gets 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, like, can I see your schedule? Like, what are you, like, why do you think all black people live in the hood? And it's like,
inner city.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't spend a day of my life growing up in the inner city. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It was like black people, you walk out your house, you get shot. It's like, no, I don't. Like, you're
like, if that was the case, there'd be no black people.
Exactly. And wouldn't that make you happy, Donald? Like, yes, it would.
You walk out your house and get shot.
It's like, I don't like black people very much. Like, they're very fucking dangerous. They're always playing loud music and eating chicken. Like, I'm tired of it.
I'm trying to tell you, he listened to Biggie Smalls for like a week. He was like, I know black people.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
There was a whole thing on Twitter with white people saying how they were going to infiltrate black Twitter, and these were the simple steps you have to take. Because white people love talking about how easy it is to be black. Yeah, they just know.
They don't get
They watch BET and it's like, oh, this is all you got to do to be black.
Yeah, but shout out to white people, though. They're doing what I want to do.
That's not true at all. White people are doing the opposite of what I want to do.
Well, the white people that use Sicily's PA, they're not doing what I want to do.
But anyway, like, I think that's enough for this week. So, thanks for listening to another episode of Ahmad's Corner. We'll be back next week for an all new episode. And stay woke. Wink, wink.